Hi everybody, I'm John. Hi, hello, welcome.
Welcome to today's episode of
For today, all right. Today we're going to be reviewing
the networks, TV from public app.
In this action selection game, players own a television network and want to have the most viewers at the end of 5 seasons to be the best in the biz. This game here in this review is set up for 4 players. The board will be placed as such, with each player's scoring marker on 0 and randomly determined player order marked as such. Place the season marker on 1 and players 100, 200, and 300 marker here. Place the cards from the appropriate decks in the middle of the table as marked here. So 5 stars, 4 ads, 4 networks, and 7 shows. Make sure the shows are drawn from the Season 1 deck, placing the rest of that deck back in the box. Each player will start with their player board along with their starter cards. They'll place the ad and star in their green room, and the shows in the 3 time slots. Doesn't matter the order now, as starting shows are all equally bad. 3 black cubes will be placed on the top track of each show. The first player starts with 5 million, second with 7 million, third with 9 million, and fourth with 11 million, placing the rest of the money in a pool. You're now ready to play.
Each turn will have players select one action out of a possible 6 as listed on the player board, and then the next player in order does an action and so on until all players have taken the drop and budget action. The main action, and probably most important one, is develop a show. But before doing that action, they'll need to consider several things. First, the show's prerequisite listed at the center bottom. A purple star means you must attach a star to it from your green room. A green $sign must have an ad attached to it. If the icons are gray, it means you may attach a star, ad, or one of the other if listed as such. You cannot place more ads or stars than the show allows. Generally, stars will provide more viewers or victory points, and ads will generate you more money. Next, you need to consider the cost listed at the top. This is the initial cost to get the show, and this is the upkeep cost you need to pay at the end of the season. Here you'll have the type of show it is: comedy, drama, action, sci-fi, reality, or sports, and its preferred time slot. When taking a show and paying the prerequisites, you'll decide in which time slot to place it in. Remove any show there, discard any stars and or ads attached to it, and rotate it as such in your rerun section. Then insert it there along with any ad and or stars with the cube on the top row. If it's in its preferred time slot, place the cube here. If not, slide it over to cover the first number. Obviously, preferred time slot will make you get more viewers when scoring at the end of the season. Lastly, if you have 3 shows of the same type in time slots, rerun, and or archives, you'll immediately do the following as listed on your player board. Gain 5 viewers and choose to either draw 3 star or ads and keep 1. Should you gain a 5th show of the same type, you gain another 5 viewers, and this time you may choose the option of drawing 3 network cards instead of stars or ads. Furthermore, you may convert $4 million into 3 viewers. You can do this multiple times, money permitting.
Sign a star is pretty straightforward. You pay the cost listed and place it in your green room. As with shows, some will have an upkeep cost at the end of the season. Land an ad will make you take the ad and give you money based on landing bonus listed here. Ads will garner you income at the end of the season. Take a network card will have you take one of them. These are either immediate effect cards, cards you keep to use when designated, or endgame scoring bonuses. Another available action is to attach star or ad. Simply grab a star or ad from your green room and attach it to a show. Also note that some stars or ads have conditions that, if not met, will require you to rotate them for a lesser value, so pay attention to these. Lastly, the other action you can do is drop and budget. First player to do so places his turn order marker on the first available spot here and receives that much money. Subsequent players receive less. Taking this action, however, will remove you from the round and no other actions can be taken by you. When all players have taken this action, we go to scoring for the first season.
Each player first looks at income, expenses. Total up all your earnings, marked in black, minus any expenses marked in red, from your show, ads, and star in your own time slots and pay or receive money accordingly. If you do not have enough money, keep it all and lose what you owe in viewers. So if you can't pay $6 million, you lose 6 viewers. Next, total all the numbers from each row the cube is on and add any viewers scored from any of your rerun shows. Move up the track accordingly. Age your shows by sliding the cube down one level and place any reruns into the archived section. Lastly, set up for next season. Remove any unused cards and replenish them from the appropriate deck, especially shows which are marked as Season 2-3 or Season 4-5. At the end of the first scoring season, flip over this board as well. Notice that from now on, the drop and budget action will have you now choose between money or viewers. Now look at the player with the least viewers and place his turn order in the first spot. Second, last into second, and so on with most viewers taking their turn last this season. Keep playing like this until the end of the 5th round, which scores as usual, preceded by one final scoring round. Here, they'll score shows again, now aged, but do not collect income or pay expenses. And stars attached to shows score nothing. They'll also total up any endgame conditions from network cards and gain 1 viewer per star in their green room. The player with the most viewers wins.
I'll just come out and say it, the Networks is a very solid game. First, I love the rarely seen theme of running a TV network station, making this game very original thematically. And in terms of mechanics, it feels like you're an exec making these big decisions, knowing other execs might grab your missed opportunities, and that translates really well. Speaking of theme, the humor is excellent on the front of parodying real-life shows and stars. The artwork fits the style very well, but it can be a little misleading in making it seem like a more casual game than it actually is. So I'm only giving a half point for it. I'm also only giving a half point for components. Definitely not bad, but not great either. Some cards, especially the show ones, are really marked after a couple of playthroughs, and player boards are slightly less sturdy than I would have liked. But the usage of the boards in terms of scaling for players is something I tip my hat to. Full points on that front. Speaking of players, interaction is also very present from the action selection mechanic and some network cards that have interactive icon on it. Some of these network cards though felt like they were a little overpowered, and any player having multiple endgame scoring bonuses had a significant advantage. And yes, sometimes it was up to the player to make sure the same player didn't hoard them all, but sometimes it was drawn into luck, if you will. So again, a half point on the balancing department with cards, with another half point on luck factor. One thing for sure, the game keeps players invested at all times, and there really isn't a runaway leader. So in that respect, the balancing is excellent. And of course, the game does provide many avenues in terms of choice, tactics, and strategy. With the network's con being so slight or minor, the final tally for it is a well-deserved 8 out of 10.
Reflux orange juice because it gives you acid
CEOs.
reflux. Okay, so everyone's a CEO.
Well, this is also what's good about orange juice is if you're bad tripping on mushroom, you take that and it lessens your trip.
In the game?
No, and in real life, I'm just saying a fact. If you didn't know that. Fun fact. If you're bad tripping on mushroom, drink orange juice. Google,
What?
Miss Google, can you check that
There's
out? Bad
OJ.
tripping on mushroom.
Reduce my shroom high.
There's OJ reduce my shroom. I like that. Ask Jeeves. Remember that?
XG, yeah.
Listen, I'm back to my friend ate 2 grams of mushroom felt no effect and drinking that much orange juice before I make it. It's supposed to make it more powerful, actually.
No wonder it didn't work today. I bad tripped worse.